last night, again, I'm just so happy sometimes when I'm looking at my phone, which I'm not supposed to do with my children being around, but I saw Bryce Underwood posting he's staying. What was your conversation with the kid, Coach?
Well, he was the first guy I met with. I went down to the bowl site when they were down in the Citrus Bowl and sat down with Bryce. What a great kid. What a young man, I guess. And what a great attitude. He was saying all the right things. And I just had a good feeling at that time that, he was more than likely going to return with us, and made it official last night. And that gives us a great start on retention and trying to make as many of the players here in the program as we can stick with us.
And I'm going to ask you a development question here. Even though he's just committed to stay, and you've only seen him with your own two eyes, I imagine, once, and that was that bowl game against Texas. How can you coach him up? How can you get him to the point where, again, I watched him against Ohio State. It didn't seem like, to be honest with you, he was seeing the field very well. It was a big-time environment, as we all know. He's used to that. He's used to the bright lights since he was a prep star. How can you coach him up? What do you see there that you can?
Well, that's our job. The raw talent is the ceiling is so high. Jason Beck, our offensive coordinator, is an absolute master at developing the quarterback. He played quarterback. The quarterbacks that he has trained and worked with have all had success. Devin Dampier last year was a tremendous player for us. He ended up 8th or 9th in the country in QBR. So he's in good hands here at Michigan. I can promise you that. And Jason will make sure we smooth out some of the mechanics and some of the things that he does need to work on.
So what is that? Honestly, I really would love to get in the nitty gritty. Footwork? I mean, what are you seeing? What have you seen on film?
A little bit of that, a little bit of footwork, a little bit of spine angle, the processing, going through the progression. Now, one thing about Jason's scheme, it's very user-friendly. You don't have to immerse yourself in it for a couple of years before you get it. I mean, there's not much of a learning curve, but yet it's effective. We were, 5th in the nation last year in total O, 4th in scoring O, 2nd in rushing O. So he knows exactly what he wants to do and how to get there. And in this day and age of the portal, where you have so many new guys, you better have a very user-friendly system on both sides of the ball. You can't be complicated anymore. You got to plug in 40, 50 new guys, and they better be able to help and contribute right away. And if you got too much thinking going on, that's not a good situation.
Defensively, what are we looking at for Michigan?
4 down front, a 4-2 nickel setup, which is what 90% of the people base out of these days. Mm-hmm. It's geared towards 11 personnel. If we go to 12 personnel, then we go ahead and jump into a 4-3 and we substitute with the offense, but it bases out of that 4-2-5 scheme.
Okay. And what sort of style can we expect here? Again, I know what University of Utah's done, but Big Ten country, is it any different, or really it's just we're still talking about a football field that's 100 yards long and things of that nature?
The latter, exactly that. You get a lot of pressure, a lot of man coverage, mix in some zone pressures, a little bit of split safety look, and there you have it. And Jay Hill, our coordinator, I recruited him at Utah. Was an outstanding player there. Finished playing, wanted to become a GA. We hired him on as a GA. Finished his GA stint, and we had a full-time spot. Hired him for that, and he just kept working his way up through the ranks. His last 3 years, he was down in Provo at BYU and did a phenomenal job with their defense. And he's from my tree and played in our scheme. And the scheme has been tweaked a little bit along the way, but the real essence of it has stayed intact.
Okay.
Hey, you made it all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Check us out every single day streaming live on Disney Plus and the ESPN app 12 to 3 Eastern.